Every February, Canadians are invited to celebrate Black History Month to recognize the contributions made by Black Canadians from both past and present. Today, my guests are members of the Caribbean African Multicultural Association of Thunder Bay. Please welcome, thank you so much for being here. To start off with, let's just get to know a little bit about yourselves.
My name is Colleen Peters, and I'm the president for CAMAT.
My name is Nicole Cruz, and I'm the membership and volunteer coordinator for CAMAT.
So CAMAT stands for?
The Caribbean African Multicultural Association of Thunder Bay, and we are a volunteer-based board of directors that operates the organization to bring culture, tradition, and opportunities to celebrate Black people in Thunder Bay.
So when was this established?
Well, CAMAT originally started back in 1987. Okay. What kind of inspired the group to get together was the international student population was growing in Thunder Bay.
Yes.
And so people from the Caribbean and Africa were attending Lakehead University and Confederation College. And to keep their culture together, you know, there's very few Black people in Thunder Bay at the time, so keeping family outside of the community together, keeping food together, all that kind of stuff. It started as people hanging out, a very family.
Informally.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
roots organization. And then over the years, the population of Black people continued to grow in Thunder Bay. The people from CAMAT actually had children that stayed here, and so now we're into multiple generations of members. And so we incorporated in 2014 as a not-for-profit organization, and so since then we've been growing to build our capacity and bring more events to the community.
That was my question, my curiosity basically, that two very distinct and diverse cultural
Yes.
groups have, regional groups have come together. So
Yeah.
that is very remarkable.
Yeah, and again, there's not a lot of Black people. Like even now,
Even
though
now?
the populations are growing, yes,
Yeah.
very much so. But even though there's Caribbean and African people coming together, there's people like myself that are first 0.5 generation Canadian with that Canadian experience growing up in the country, being born here. Also mixed into the newcomer population.
Okay.
People like Nicole who's been here for a while, and people that are just making Thunder Bay their new home now.
Okay, so many generations.
Many populations,
Many
many generations. Well, not many generations, a few generations. But I think people sometimes don't realize how diverse Black people are in our communities. Caribbean African people go together. All of us, all Black people are descendants from Africa. It's slavery that brought us to the Caribbean. And so that in itself, our colors, our blood unites us. But within the Black community, we still have those descendants of African Americans, African Canadians, as well as the newcomer populations.
What kind of questions are asked to you generally by people? Masses. Where are you from, or
Yeah.
what is your ethnic
Are you
origins?
sisters?
I
I get that
right?
a lot.
You get that a lot, Nicole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually I have a really close friend to me that we used to work together a lot at the college.
Correct.
And because she is a little bit of color, like we're kind of the same color, every time we work together, someone will come in, are you guys sisters? No, we wish, but you know, she's
It's just
from,
like, the Asians, all Asians are clubbed under one
Yeah.
big umbrella
Yeah.
of being Asians. Yeah,
but it's usually, are you sisters? Where do you do your hair?
Yeah.
Where are you from? What language do you speak? Stuff like that.
the hair question comes up quite often.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
It does,
does.
yeah.
Because again, it's hard. We don't have any salons yet. There's one in the works. We're excited that deal with people with a diverse texture of hair. Like I've combed this out, this afro, but you know, it's quite coily. It's quite thick. It's long. It's luscious. Some people like Nicole have finer hair and whatnot, but it's very different from mainstream products that are available in the community. And some of the services that the salons are able to provide. So that's how our community used to grow. As you see someone walking down the street that had hair down, that's how I learned about CAMAT, actually. As I was doing my laundry as a university student, and a girl had her hair done. And then I said, where did you get your hair done? and got a card for Michelle, one of our other board members. And from there, it went into me volunteering for CAMAT back in, I think, 2009.
So you started working, volunteering with the CAMAT.
Yeah, just kind of on the side, not formally. I didn't join the board formally until about a couple of years ago. But yeah, just attending events and being able to help out when I can and that kind of stuff. So hair is important.
Hair is important.
You know, especially in this climate and travel opportunities and whatnot. But I'm excited to say that more resources are happening in Thunder Bay. So that's definitely something that's changed over a few years. It's not just in people's, living rooms and whatnot. We're going to have a place that we can go.
Collectively, the cultures have not only blended, it has also evolved, right? Do you think that, or?
Well, I think that I don't know if it's an evolution, but it's definitely an awareness. And there's more frequency and opportunity for people, for us to share Black culture, whether it's from the Caribbean or the diverse countries in Africa. And also there's just more of a presence in the community. So our culture is always our culture. It's our strength and it's our tradition. But definitely more people are asking about, what is it to be Caribbean and African, and, noticing the differences even though we're united at the same time.
On that note, we'll take a very short break and we will be right back. There's so much more I want to know about yourselves and also about your association and also about the Black History Month. Stay tuned, dear viewers. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Global Vibes, and my guest today is Colleen and Nicole. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with us so many of these little details that we're always very curious to know about. So thank you for sharing. So continuing on the discussions that we were having about hair, which is a question that, it starts conversations for you, right? What about cuisine?
Yeah, food is always good. So that's one of the important things that we also like to highlight during Black History Month and all year round, because we do have some Caribbean restaurants in town and whatnot. But yeah, there is a lot of diversity and even within the cultures of Black history, of just Black communities and whatnot. Your question before about us evolving and kind of
two
getting
distinct
together,
cultures, yes,
coming together, and we are very unique in our cultures, Caribbean versus African, because the experiences are very unique. We talk about where Black History Month exists across the world, and we're talking about colonizations that were brought over to the West, right? So we talk about Britain, we talk about Canada, we talk about the United States, the Caribbean, right? And even though all of our culture in the Caribbean is essentially drawn from Africa, because of the separation through slavery and whatnot, it has its own uniqueness in the Caribbean. Like one of the things that do unite us is the Anansi spider legend, god of stories, mischievous god that usually takes the form of a spider. That is a prominent historic and cultural character, both in the Caribbean and Africa. But then you look at things like Carnival in the Caribbean. You look at other, celebrations in Africa, where they're a little bit diverse, and even some of our ceremonies, some of our traditions, and our food is quite diverse.
It's quite diverse.
It's quite diverse, yeah. I don't have a tremendous amount of experience with African cuisine. What I've had has been amazing. And same with people from other places of the world. They may not have had the diversity in Caribbean cuisine, because we use everything from a dry curry to a wet curry, because we know part of the Caribbean is Trinidad. In Trinidad, lots of people from India came from indentured slaves, indentured work that came to Trinidad. And so, that's influential into the Caribbean style as well. So even though for February in Thunder Bay, we bring Africans and Caribbeans together and we share both cultures as an opportunity to just do that, share with the community and bring us Black folks together. We still recognize how diverse both are and how unique are.
And it's just because the size of the
Yeah.
populations you have come together.
We have an incredibly small Caribbean population here.
Just for the context, can you
us.
give us some numbers, just to set a context? Yeah.
Well, I know in total amount of black people in Thunder Bay, there was a research being done, and it stated that there's around 600 black people in Thunder Bay, and I think Caribbean wise,
There's like less than 10% of that population is probably Caribbean. And with that study too, that said about 600 people, when we reviewed the data, we were wondering if about 500 of those people were actually students
So
that
it's
were counted.
So moving population.
Yeah, so we're talking about probably around 200 Black people that are resident to Thunder Bay, long-term, this is our home. And again, within that population, about 10% of us are Caribbean.
And so contributing to what, academics and what kind of trades, or mostly?
Well, I don't know about the student population. They'll be in diverse studies
diverse
and whatnot.
groups, yeah.
But the remaining Black population that are here, we're professionals in different fields. We have families here. There's newcomer families and individuals that are here in Thunder Bay. And so we're diverse within our small community as well.
How did you, just out of curiosity, how did you find Thunder Bay? How did Thunder Bay become your home?
Yeah, so do you want to, you came the furthest, so how about you start? Yeah.
so I've been in Thunder Bay now for over 7 years.
Okay, about the same time as I have come back. Right.
So I'm originally from Aruba. I lived there for 18 years, and then I decided, I did the party, I did the, the school, the friends, all this. I think it's time for a new change. And my mom was already living here with my little brother and my stepdad, and so she asked me one day, she's like, "Do you ever want to move out of Aruba? There's way more opportunity."
Aruba.
Yes, and then. Of course, I didn't want to leave, the party life and carnival and the traditions and stuff like that. But it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Yes,
Give it a
I am.
chance.
Yeah, I want to give it a try. And that's how I ended up in Thunder Bay. Otherwise, I would have gone to the Netherlands.
Oh, to the Netherlands.
Yeah, because Aruba is owned by the Dutch colony.
Dutch colony.
Yeah, so most of our most of the
interesting.
Arubans go there.
Nice.
If not.
We were very, very happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you. It was the best decision I ever made so far. So.
Wow, nice. Nice to hear that.
And I grew up in Canada, so I grew up in Barrie, which is the last kind of city in southern Ontario before you get into central Ontario. And I came up here for university. So my first year, I don't really count as living here because I went home for the summer.
Oh, okay.
So I've been here since 2004.
2000. And home was?
Barrie.
Barrie.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
as you mentioned.
And then, so my dad is from Jamaica and my mom is Polish. So Canada
Biracial.
lived up to its multicultural name.
Yeah.
And I am the product of that immigration policy.
Biracial.
So yes.
All right, so now tell me a little bit about Black History Month. So February is the designated month for
Yes.
Black history.
And we actually learned a little something from you, Rupa, because I was under the impression, without checking my facts, that one, they did February because it was a significant and a connection potentially to or Martin Luther King Jr., which is a misconception. So I didn't really have an answer.
I'm sure it has also some connotations to it, yeah?
Perhaps. His
Yeah.
birthday's on Monday, by the way. But you told us it's about
Yeah.
emancipation.
Yeah.
And Marcus Douglas.
It was the birth, February is the
Yep.
birth month of two very, very important
Yep.
figures. One was President Abraham Lincoln, who issued the Emancipation
Yep.
Proclamation, and African-American author and orator Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass.
So-
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
to commemorate the good work that done by these two very important people,
Yes.
February. But I believe February is the Black History Month for North Americans.
Yes.
Canada and
and
US.
United.
Yeah. In some parts of Europe, it's October.
Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
And it's interesting. And we were talking about, Black history and thinking about the diversity in Thunder Bay and how there's a newcomer population, or we have
True.
people that have been here for a little bit of time, but not originally from here. And, I think about Africa, history is every day, and same here with Canada. And
True.
so the significance And, you know, anecdotally, I think that the significance has to do with the history and the connection of slavery and colonization that happened in those westernized countries, right? And so I think a Black history in respect to that, but then balancing in the newcomer population, I think it's also for someone like me who's like a 1.5 generation Canadian, that longing and connection to cultural identity makes a person whole, right? And it's incredibly important. And so Black History Month is also an opportunity for some of us to get a taste and re-engage in our culture, some of us to learn about
your
more
roots.
culture
Yeah.
and tradition, for all of us to come together, recognize the suffrage, recognize the people, from the land, from the sand, from the sun to the water, the heart that unites us. That's, I think, what Black History Month is all about. It's not just about recognizing the past that the nation's
Also the
been
future,
building,
present and the
that the nation's been built on, but you know, sharing and raising awareness of the good work and what Black people have to offer today.
especially also with the youth,
Yeah.
engaging with the youth. I have another little bit of history here, or fact. So in Canada, it started in 1995, which was following a motion in the House of Commons by the first Black Canadian woman. Really, really impressive. Elected to the Parliament, the Honorable Jean Augustine. How interesting is that, hey?
Very.
So Black History Month, Thunder Bay is also celebrating.
Yes, yeah. And so this year, historically, what we've done is always just the Black History Month dinner and gala. And that's what most people know in Thunder Bay when Black History Month is happening. But this year, for our 10th year celebration of bringing that gala back to the community, we have a whole bunch of events happening.
So we want to definitely know a little bit more about the gala event. We will take a very short break. Dear viewers, stay tuned. We need to know more about the gala dinner. We'll be right back. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Global Vibes, and we're talking about Black History Month and the CAMAT Association, Caribbean and African Multicultural Association. I have Nicole and Colleen with me. So very, very interesting discussions, and thank you so much for giving these insights, your own personal reflections, and talking to us about these facts. You know, I personally also feel that we're all evolving as people. We're embracing new cultures, and that's the wonder about Canada and Thunder Bay. So you're celebrating the gala dinner on
February 29th this year. So it's a leap year, which is amazing. It's the last
Correct.
Saturday in February, and it's
Right.
again our 10th anniversary of bringing the gala back to the community. Depending on the historians out there, there might be a little difference in the numbers, but essentially we wanted to kick off 2020 with a big 10.
Nice.
And so we have over 10 different events that are happening throughout the month.
throughout the month.
And then so the gala is the accumulation of those events, where it is a fundraiser for our CAMAT Scholarship Fund. And people are entertained. We've got some steel panists coming. We've got rock calypso coming.
Nice.
We've got a youth dance group, a generational dance group happening.
Yeah, so we have that going on.
And food.
Yeah, we have all the food. So we'll have authentic Caribbean and African cuisine, a youth fashion show.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll be giving out some of the bursaries from our scholarship fund as well.
The bursaries go out to students of both college and Lakehead? Or,
At Confederation College, Lakehead, and those in high school as well.
Oh, those, okay.
Yeah, so we recognize that there's costs to being in high school, sometimes field trips, equipment, extracurriculars, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So the scholarship fund is also a family bursary fund. So we can support youth to be involved and engaged. And at the gala, we award post-secondary students with little bursaries, but we can. All the funds that we generate from the gala go right into the scholarship fund and
Nice.
some very basic operations, because luckily, again, we're
volunteering your time.
Yeah, or volunteer
That's
board.
another very unique opportunity or ways of giving
Yeah.
back to the community.
Yeah.
Besides the gala dinner, you said there were several other activities
Yeah.
planned throughout the month.
We've partnered with the library, so we
Nice.
have a couple youth paint nights.
Oh.
We've got a Nancy Spider Legends and Crafts happening on some PA days. We're looking at doing a couple movie nights
Okay.
throughout the month. We're on LU with AFCASA doing a movie night. We'll be doing some networking events throughout the month for people to meet each other.
Correct.
We've got some youth programs happening with costume construction. So youth can build their costumes for the fashion show if they like,
Nice.
or help us generate costumes for the fashion show. And and raffle prizes and stuff
What
like
are
that.
you? What is the costume that you are wearing? What is it called? It's so beautiful.
Well, this is my traditional wear. We were invited to wear traditional wear. And
Of course.
actually, this is African style fashion. This is designed by someone in our community that Nicole is wearing. So that is a West African style. And I believe this is too. We would have tried our Caribbean traditional wear, but I don't.
Too flashy.
A little too flashy. I'm not sure how the
feathers and the
carnival in
carnival
this weather would translate to your audience and whatnot. So we figured that even though we're not giving enough credit to the styles in the traditional wear, that we just wanted to show some diversity
Beautiful.
as well, and how beautiful, the
Beautiful.
garments
And,
are.
yeah, the fabric and the colors, beautiful, vibrant ones.
Yeah.
So if we need to know more about the activities about CAMAT,
Yep,
we go to
the website.
your website.
Yeah.
And what is the website address?
So they can visit us at www.camatnetwork.com. They can also visit the Facebook page, CAMAT. And then other than that, usually they can just call at my office and then just ask for Nicole.
That's
And then I'll,
TBMA.
Thunder Bay Multicultural Association, and then I will direct them to the
Nice.
website and provide more information.
And we do have a cell phone. Nobody calls it, but we do have
cell
one.
You have your
Yeah.
official
Yeah,
CAMAT
so we'll
cell
call
phone?
you. Like if you website us, we'll call you back, that kind
Right,
of stuff.
nice.
But there's lots of opportunities to participate, to volunteer, to support youth in the community by attending the gala. We're actually going to launch everything on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, so on Monday.
Yeah.
Tickets will go on sale, event calendars will go up, all that kind of wonderful stuff.
So
And
besides the February celebrations do you meet often throughout the year as well?
Yeah, once a month we host
once a month, okay.
our board meetings. And then that's where we plan what the next event's going to be. If we're doing like a social gathering with our community members or something for the youth. We're also always looking for people that are interested in just come in and then also facilitate a workshop or an event or an
okay.
activity with our
Right.
youth or our community members. Yes, we're open till then.
Are you called or invited to participate in other cultural events in the community?
Oh, yes,
Yeah?
for sure. So one of our opportunities is to be on the board for Thunder Bay Multicultural Association.
Sure.
And so folklore, connecting with India Association, they promote a lot of stuff. We connect with the Portuguese Association. We're all very close.
Working with each
the
other,
cultural community is
Nice.
close, yeah.
Nice.
Which is good considering the changing demographics
True.
and new people that are coming to Thunder Bay, which is exciting. Yeah.
And so this is, you said was February. This celebration is
All
across
February, yeah. And our aim is to build and ensure that we're doing a community event once a month, to kind of keep a presence and let people know that we're around, because with only doing the gala historically, people only hear about us
Through
once,
the gala, actually,
once a year,
signature
and they're like, "Oh, I've been here for 6 months, but you came in April, and the gala's not until February."
Well, that's
So-
a signature event
Yeah.
and you like
Yeah.
to promote. But
Yeah.
that's an avenue, that's an approach,
Yeah.
but there are other ways of connecting with you.
Yeah, for sure. And it definitely, and I don't know if I just messed up my mic there, but I think that also too with the growing population, and not just newcomer population, but
Yeah.
young professionals that are coming, young families that are coming to, make Thunder Bay their home, because Thunder Bay has a tremendous amount to offer. And so I think it's our responsibility as an organization to build
Sure.
and make sure that we're having those events, and that,
Yeah.
Black history and the recognition of Black people doesn't just begin and end in February. So we're excited this year. It's going to be good, and
I'm sure.
yeah.
We look forward to a lot more activities from you.
Oh, definitely.
From CAMAT. And I wish you both lots of best wishes for the events that you're planning for the month and also for your future activities. And any last message before you want to wrap up or give a call, shout out for your gala dinner?
Yeah, tickets are on sale starting Monday. CAMATnetwork.com is our website. We've got student prices, we've got youth prices, kids prices, we got general admission. So come support Black youth in our community.
More importantly, just to get to know about the cultures that you offer.
100%.
So important, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Colleen and Nicole, for your time, for enlightening us and talking to us about two very distinct and yet such a collaborated effort. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Global Vibes and listening to our guest speakers on Caribbean, African, multicultural activities and also about the Black History Month. Thank you for joining us.